our flight preparation. So we're going to flight management computer. Actually, we should tell the airplane what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to fly from here to here, but he doesn't know how we're going to do that. So that's why we'll start here. We're going to initial data. There's some flight already loaded here, so we should overwrite it from our flight now. It's from lobby to Munich. Each airport has its own code, so we enter this code here. Okay, company time, this is a flight number, cost index, cruise level, things that I'm not explaining to you, those things that you actually you don't have any interest in those things, okay? So just disregard it. Whatever is important and interesting, I'll explain, okay? If I do something, so it's a lot of technical stuff, pilots are learning this stuff all their life, so it doesn't make any sense to explain everything, okay? So let's go to initial, IRS to nav. IRS to nav. It is set, okay. So now we have a flight plan. For now we have just 2 points from lobby to EDDM, but there is no direct route from Innsbruck to Munich because of Alps here. So what we should do, we should tell how to fly. How we do that? First of all, the air traffic controller will advise, okay, expect departure using some routing. We call it SID, Standard Instrument Departure. Okay, so he gives us the SID. Okay, we go into departure page. We choose the runway where we're going to depart 08, and look how beautiful the aviation works. Look, it's very interesting. For example, the air traffic controller gave us a departure from runway 08. Okay, so we choose 08 in our computer. We are going to check that there is actually 08. What does it mean 08? It's 80 degrees. Okay, the direction is 80 degrees, almost east direction. Okay, so we want to check that we are currently on runway 08 and not any other runway. Okay, so we are checking it here 08. You see it here 08. This is our direction. You see it here 08. On the runway you see written 08. Look there, below the nose. You see 08. Air traffic controller watches you, then you are lining up on the runway and he checks on his radar that it is 08. Visually he checks that you are on 08, and in some airplanes also there is a voice announcement, runway 08. And the last but not the least, in real aircraft here you see also the compass, magnetic compass, and you should check that the reading is also 08. How many checks we did? 6, 7 checks that this is runway 08. This is the way how the aviation works. Okay. So next is standard instrument departure here. For example, the air traffic controller gave us Koga to Juliet. We press Koga to Juliet button, make insert, and here you can see some route. You see, this is our airplane, this is the runway, and this is the route. Okay. Now it's interesting because here you see a lot of mountains around you. Okay. And there is, as it's a lot of mountains, so for now we can see, but what if it's foggy? Or what if it's bad visibility? So we can push the button. And you can see here all the mountains around us. Yeah. So, and you see that our route goes through an area without mountains. Okay, so it's correct. And even if you don't see anything, you can know exactly where the mountains are and where you are, so that's fine. Okay, so this is our departure. The same we are doing for arrival. Okay, so we are choosing, for example, arrival. Let's say that we are planning to arrive on runway 08, for example. Arrival, runway 08, right? And once again, we can consider some standard arrival. Okay. So let's go to standard arrival. Let's choose some arrival that we think we will get. In case that we'll get another arrival. Okay, so it's okay. We'll just go into the page and choosing another arrival. The aircraft will perform as requested. Okay, so all the interface, it's not like people are flying, you know, sitting here and having a steering wheel, steering column in their hands, and all the time are doing something and trying to control the airplane. No, the interface is the pilot are talking to the computer, and the computer is talking to the airplane. Okay, so wire insert, and all this starts to make sense because now we have the departure route and we have the arrival route. So we can change the scale here. See?
Yeah.
We are changing the scale, and you have all the route. The departure is here. Then we're going slightly to the left. We are climbing here. We are going to this point, climbing to 9,000 feet, turning left, crossing the Alps, and arriving to our destination. Okay. So the route is ready. We are still in Innsbruck. We know that we are going to fly 25 minutes, 120 miles. In the end of the flight, we'll have 8.5 tons of fuel on board. Okay, so we are fine with fuel, we are fine with everything. We can continue. Okay, next thing we should do, it's the performance. We have different stages during our flight. The first stage is takeoff. Now it's most important is to check what is the takeoff speed, because you know that in order to fly, the airplane has to have what? Wings, speed, and air. Those three things that airplane has to have. So the wings are there. So the most interesting is the speed. So we need to calculate what is the speed that the lift power is sufficient to lift us off the ground. Okay. So we should say how we should put our flaps position number 2. It means we're increasing our wing area. Okay. So we are asking to calculate now the V1 speed. You know what is this V1 speed?
It's like the takeoff speed.
No, V1 is no return point.
Okay.
V1 is the speed. Before V1, if something goes wrong, we stop.
Okay.
After V1, if something goes wrong, we should continue to climb. Okay? V1? 130. Set. Rotate.
135.
Rotate 135. 140. Okay, those three speeds are extremely important for us. Okay?
So they're given like each time differently, like by technician person, or
We calculate it by special program on our iPads. Okay? Because it depends on the weight of the airplane and the wind and the
so
different.
it could be different, like
Yeah,
potentially.
it is different. Okay, so now we have the speeds. V1 is the speed of no-go. I mean, before V1, if everything goes wrong, we just stop the airplane.
Yeah.
Okay, you will see my hand. This is the throttle. We'll put it on the takeoff position, and my hand will stay on the throttle before we reach V1. When we reach V1, first officer will say V1, and I will get the decision, go or no go. If I get the decision go, I lift my hand off the throttle, okay, and I show go. It means I can't stop airplane anymore. Okay? That was the decision. So this is a decision-making point. The rotate is when we start to rise our nose wheel, and V2 is a magic speed, because on V2, even if we have engine failure, the second engine is sufficient to fly with one engine only. Okay? So if we pass the V2, even one engine will be enough for us. Okay? So those are our speeds. So we are going to next phase, which is climb, nothing to do here. Cruise, nothing to do here. Descent, nothing to do here. I mean, the airplane has already calculated everything, so I don't have anything to do there. And QNH is this is approach for unit, some information regarding the approach. And look another interesting, beautiful thing, for example. You see landing configuration of flaps. Okay? Flaps, we have 4 positions, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, 5 positions actually. The normal landing is with full flaps. But if we have light aircraft at a very long runway, we can land with flaps position number 3. Okay? But if I choose to land with flaps 3 and not full, because this is not the usual one, okay? So I need to confirm to airplane that I'm fully aware of this action, that is not a mistake. So I choose here number 3, but also I have to push here the button landing flaps 3. It confirms to the airplane that I did it while considering all the operation consequences.
Yes, so beforehand.
Yeah. And now it will work for me. If, for example, I didn't press this button, so the airplane said, what if it is your mistake? Okay, so it won't give me to land with flaps number 3. Okay, this is the way it works. So everything is thought. Now, here you see, this is the takeoff checklist. Okay, if anything is missed, we didn't switch anything, or something is not ready for takeoff, so we'll see it here. So, for example, auto brake. What is auto brake? It means during the acceleration, before V1, I decide to stop. Something goes wrong. I decide to stop. Okay? I take the thrust back. The airplane should stop itself, even if I'm not braking. We should tell to airplane to do that. So that's why it asks me to put automatic braking to maximum position. Okay? So what I should be done still is in blue. What is done is in green. Okay? So I press it, and it disappears, and it becomes green. So now it's okay. Passenger signs. I should to switch passengers, seat belts, no smoking signs. No. Spoilers should be armed. And after everything is done, we should check also our steering. Full up, full left, full right, full up, full down. This is, you can see after downage, after pushback, the ailerons and the speed brake going up and down, up and down. This is the pilots, they check their flight controls. Right rudder, left rudder. We don't want any surprises after takeoff, so everything is checked. And it asks me to perform final check. Push the button check and get the message normal. Now we know that everything is normal and we are ready for takeoff.
And you also check everything like from the paper checklist.
Yes, but because now I'm a single pilot, so it doesn't make any sense to recheck. So here we put the initial altitude. Usually the air traffic controller will give you some initial altitude to climb, but put this altitude here. So everything is set. Good. Now the next thing that you should do is to switch the lights.
Правее.
Okay, we are good to go. Victorina, be ready for takeoff, please.
All right.
Cabin crew, please be ready for takeoff. Okay, how we do that? I put my hand here. Okay, you remember, here is the power, the percent of power. Below 40 is nothing. So first of all, we do something, we put the engines at 40%, about 40% of thrust, and we wait a few seconds because we want the computers to check the engines, that everything is good. Because if something was wrong, we were receiving now the message that something is wrong with the engines. But then, as everything is good, no messages, so we are good to go. And here we have a short runway. So what we do, sometimes you can see that, we put takeoff power, just then releasing the brakes, okay? And starting to accelerate. My hand is here, I am ready to stop at every moment. Engine takeoff thrust set, engine instruments green, no warning messages, airspeed alive, 100 knots, checked. Approaching V1, go, V2, okay. Now we can fly even with one engine. In this second, if the engine goes off, we can fly still. Okay? So, pay attention. For now, I'm not flying the aircraft, even not the autopilot. This is the autopilot, I didn't touch it. The airplane flies by itself. Because it has the air, the speed, it gives a cushion beneath, and it holds you. There's no need to fly. This is the interesting thing. Okay, now we'll engage the autopilot.
The clicking sound.
This is our nose. This is our speed. The blue mark is where we want to be. So this is the speed that the airplane tries to hold. Okay? This is our altitude. We've asked him to fly to 12,000 feet. So he's flying 12,000 feet. He's flying 12,000 feet. So as you can see, nothing changes at all. But the shape is real. you feel those jumps. Yeah? So.
I'd be terrified. If I was on a plane right now, I'd be scared.
Yeah, but as you can see, that nothing changes.
Nothing is happening.
It's just almost zero, but there's no changes, not in speed, not in altitude, nothing, you know, we're just flying straight and level. But why do we feel long jump so hard? That is because we have a great speed. Our speed is now about 700 kilometers per hour, yeah, about 500 miles per hour. It is a huge speed. So think about it, you are driving your car at 500 kilometers per hour. Every small bump, everything you will feel like much more than it is. Okay, the best severe turbulence.
And what does this mean, like the arrow that is kind of changing the speed?
This is the speed, yeah, because the wind is changing. In turbulence, the wind is changing. Here you can see how the wind is changing. But here you can see that the speed changes just according to wind that is changing.
Yeah.
Not more than that. This is the severe turbulence. This is something that we cannot stand on our feet. No.
Yeah.
Check the airplane, just continues to fly its intended path.
It's turning.
It's turning because the next point is to the right. You see?
So it doesn't care, like
Nothing.
So
Nothing.
it's like, oh, I have to turn. Yeah, I'm gonna turn here.
You see, this is our next point,
Yeah.
and the airplane flies toward this point. It is still 12,000 feet. It is still 280 knots, our airspeed. So nothing changed.
Yeah.
You see, the shapes and the turns are very minor, but we feel it like it's a huge
Yeah.
one. That's nothing to do with reality. This is something that you should remember every time you fly. And if it is the turbulence, just bring this picture in front of your eyes, and just remember that nothing changes, just your feelings. Yeah, and if you think about that, the airplane moves around its center of gravity.
Yes.
So we are sitting like, let's say, 10 meters in front of the center of gravity, but the last rows are probably 20 meters or 25 meters behind center of gravity. So there, the feelings are much more.
Yeah, they're shaking a lot more.
Yeah, much more stronger. Okay, let's go direct to some other point. Let's go direct to this. That is fine. Okay, let's start descending. Okay, help me to descend, please. Dial here 6,000 feet to the left. 6,000 feet. And just now pull the button. Pull. Yeah, that's it. Now you gave to the airplane the order to descend. You see how easy is it? Really easy. And you see our altitude started to go down. Okay, we're also reducing speed. Okay. We can help because airplane cannot also descend and also reduce the speed because descending accelerate the airplane. So what we should do is to add drag. So we're using, you probably saw those bars on the wings that are going up. And then you feel like some vibration. This is what we do. We can stop now. It controls the speed by itself. It brakes down. Speed is 180. 80 set. Okay, approach mode activated. Okay, now we are making like blind approach. We don't see anything outside, but actually the airplane knows exactly where we are, where is the runway, how to fly there, and he will start now to make all the maneuvers to get there. Flaps stick set. This is a kind of magic. Just think about it. This is a big machine that moves through the air with very high speed and 3D. And it knows exactly where is the airport, how to get there, where to go, how to turn, everything. Don't you think it's amazing?
So I think right now, like
Yeah, it's stunning because the runway is here.
I know, but I don't feel like I can actually see it because I don't see anything else.
Yeah, that is correct.
It's incredible.
Okay, so localizer is alive, which is good. Just stop turning now. There. That's fine. Here you see our position relative to the runway. You see this this diamond?
Yeah.
If it's on the yellow mark, it means that the runway is just in front of us, ears down. And this one is how we should descend, is how glide slope. This is the path to the runway. If both diamonds are on the center line, it means that we are descending straight to the runway. Okay? Flaps 3 checked. Airspeed 147. 2,500.
You can manage it.
Huh?
You can manage speed.
Yeah, I know.
Manage.
Air is down, signs on, cabin ready, spoilers armed. Okay? Flaps configuration 3 set. So we are all set. We have proper speed. We are on the glide slope. We are just in front of the runway without seeing anything else. You see? We are just flying straight ahead. Our before landing checklist is ready. The configuration is normal. And this is the point when fearful flyers feel very relaxed. And we as a pilot, we are starting to feel a little bit tense. Okay? Why? Because there's no speed, no altitude. Speed and altitude, those two things which are essential for safety of flights. Or speed or altitude, any of them, it's good. But now that we are close to the Earth surface, we don't have not this and not this. That's why we become very concentrated, okay? And even in the real airplane, not in simulator, it's prohibited to talk. Below 10,000 feet, you can talk. You can just say the procedure, commands, and that's it. But not more than. Okay, we are engaging also the second autopilot. This means that the airplane will land itself without me doing anything. Just normal landing. Now, take a look. This system shows that we are aligned with the runway. This system is a different system. This is ground system, this is satellite system. It shows that you're just in front of the runway, you see? This is your runway. The air traffic controller, when he gives the permission to land, he checks via his radar, he checks that we are aligned with the runway. This is a correct runway. And just in this case, we are proceeding. Okay, 300 feet.
300.
At 50 feet, I should see the runway lines. If no, I should go around. Okay? Still, although we have all those confirmations, I still have to go around if I don't see runway lines.
100 above.
The airplane.
100.
Oh, runway inside. I do nothing. Take a look.
Minimum.
Minimums
30.
continue.
20. Left. Retard. Retard.
Airplane says to switch off the engine to set idle power. And as you can see, we are safe on the ground. Okay, taxi speed. Okay, was fine. Okay, in normal life, there is a checklist. What should be done? Okay, this is not like pilots are sitting and looking for some solution. No, this is not the way it works. We have a checklist, and we just have to follow this checklist. Okay, but let's say that now nothing can be done. Have a problem. Okay, you see all the electricity came back.
Yeah.
Why it came back? It's happened because we have autonomical power unit. This is our own power station. This is in the rear of the airplane. It's our autonomical power unit that will produce electricity that is required to operate the airplane safely, even without engine power. So we don't have engine, but we have electricity.
Yeah.
It's like a turbine in the tail of the airplane, and it works and it provides the necessary electricity. So, look, there is our airplane. This is Munich Airport. It's there, but I'm not flying like straight ahead to there. I'm just making circles in the air. Why do I do that? That is because airplane, not as fearful flyers tend to think, but airplane cannot just go straight down. It's impossible. It's against the nature. Because if you put your nose down to descend quickly to the Munich airport, for example, okay, so the speed will build up and the airplane will fly higher. So you cannot descend very fast. You need your time for that. So what I'm doing now, I'm just making some fun while flying around the airport and waiting to descend. Okay? If I do anything wrong, the airplane just tells me about it.
Okay. What happened now? That didn't
No, because I don't have engine, so I'm flying at the speed that is very close to not sufficient speed. So it says me, hey guy, take care. The speed is not as safe, you know. So just increase your speed. How do I increase the speed? I just pulling the nose down, pushing the nose down. Okay.
We have now both engines which are not working.
Yeah, both of them failed.
And they're still waiting and waiting because I can't go there. I can, but I'll come to Munich too fast. Know what I mean? And so I can't land. Because to land I have to obtain specific speed. When the weight of airplane is equal to lift power.
And what is the longest distance you can go without engines from like 10,000 meters?
About 40 minutes.
40 minutes. And what is the distance?
Let's say 300 miles. Not a lot of things changed. That is correct.
I'm actually gaining speed now.
Yeah, because I'm pushing the nose down. Yeah.
Yeah.
While pushing the nose down, it increases the speed. This is the game.
And you're turning it quite a lot as well.
And waiting and waiting and waiting. Because this is samalot. Samalot, it's samlitik. Even without engines, it's still samalot. See how long time it takes to descend?
Yeah.
Nobody is falling down. Like people with fear of flying tend to think that, you know, if something is going wrong, so it probably is going to fall down. Nada. Okay, let's do that. I need my gears now in order to help me to brake. Actually, gears work as a brake.
Oh, like, you could really like feel that.
So 10, 5, and we have 5.
And
Very good.
what about the flaps?
We'll use it later, Mrs. Control. Or Miss Control, whatever you are. Mrs. Control. Yeah.
I wasn't controlling it, it was just interesting. Maybe we were gonna let
Okay,
that
just look.
flaps show.
Look. You see? The airplane flies. I'm not controlling the airplane at all. It does have engines. And it flies. It glides. Because this is the airplane. The air holds you very, very tightly.
How will we brake without the engines?
With the brakes?
Sorry?
With the brakes.
We're already braking.
No, but when we land, so it also has brakes on the
Your
wheels.
car also has brakes. Yeah.
2,500.
Your car has brakes.
But I thought that it usually stops with the engine, no?
No. So from now, please no talks, okay?
Sink rate. Sink rate. Pull up. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Pull up. Pull up.
40.
Sink rate.
Retard.
Sink rate.
Retard. 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 Retard.